So, day one, Sarajevo. Welcome. I'm just in the old town now, just down here, near to the markets. It's got a kind of Turkish zouk feel to it, which obviously makes sense given the history of the Ottomans and so on. So you can kind of see that influence in this part of town. I'll just show you a little bit down the street. And this type of feel, right? So I got in yesterday evening, and actually no, yesterday afternoon. I went out yesterday evening, so I've already been in the centre once. It's very nice. You've got it's just a nice blend of all the old stuff and then new stuff as well. Got some kind of a castle up here in the background. You know, you think in a place like Bosnia, how modernized is it going to be? Actually, very modernized. I went to the mall yesterday. You know, it's all high-end stuff, all the stuff that you would see in any major city, which I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing, but you do see it, right? One thing that's obviously notable about Bosnia, anyone who lives here, you know, I mean, or anyone who's been here will testify, is it's got a, for want of a better term, siege chic about it. And what I mean by that is all of the most of the buildings that were hit by rifles, even by rockets, most of them are still in the same condition, so they actually haven't filled in any of the holes or replastered. So around my neighborhood, I'm about half an hour from the center, and you see it all over there. A lot of these houses, you know, peppered, riddled with bullet holes, and you see it all over the place in the center as well. It occurs to me, I was thinking about this, I grew up watching on the news this war in a place called Bosnia, and the siege of Bosnia, something I've looked at in my work a little bit as well, just a few texts related to it, very short texts. And one thing I noticed, being in Sarajevo, you think about it from a defensive position, and it is surrounded by mountains on all sides, which makes it an absolute nightmare to defend. It makes it basically impossible to defend. Particularly in modern warfare, I couldn't think of anything worse. It's a goldfish bowl, right? All around you. You could have had all the Serbian snipers, military, militia, all sorts, and they're all able to get up to those mountains, take positions, and start firing down, which is obviously what they did. So, and you can be getting hit from all sides, and your enemy does not have to be even particularly that good in terms of maneuvers and tactics and strength. All they've got to do is just take positions, like let's say up there, for example. It's not showing up too well, but just behind that mosque we've got these two sort of big mountainous hills. They're within range. They're within range for a rocket or even a sniper rifle. Maybe a bit far for a sniper rifle, but they're within range for rockets. No, some of them are in range, actually. That looks less than... It's high. Yeah, it's high, but in terms of proximity, it's close as well. And if they could get, you know, a little bit further down, it would be a nightmare. It would be an absolute nightmare. Yeah, you can see it on the other side as well, just up there as well. You know, those hills there. Again, you could hit, you might not be able to hit here into the center. You could hit a lot on the outside, on the outskirts. You definitely could. And you can also observe very easily as well. So if you're coming in groups and you've got comms, you can observe and you can tell your guys in this part of the city, okay, there's a break over there, you know, there's a space there, you know, advance, and they come in and hit you. So I don't know, just for some reason that's what's going through my head. You almost can't help not think about it, because I say there's the bullet holes in all the walls. It's kind of natural to think about it, because you think, well, where did that come from, you know? So yeah, but I find it quite stimulating to think about, not in a way that's, you know, I don't know, dismissive of this events, but it is quite an interesting thing to think about. There's a cafe I went past called Bodyguard Cafe, and I was looking at what's significant about this. They must have called it this for a reason. So if you know what the reason is, feel free to drop me a comment. I think it looks like there's a bomb bunker underneath. I think that's what it might be. So yeah, we're in this kind of, let's say, in this kind of zouk area around here. So you notice more towards the centre of the city, there are more mosques. So Bosnia is, I think, along with Albania, I think those are the two European Muslim countries, and that's the reason. The reason that is because the Ottoman Empire, so for the uninitiated Turkish, modern day Turkish, pushed very far into this region, into the Balkans, and certainly left an imprint in places like Bosnia, Albania, actually also North Macedonia as well, which is also about 15% Muslim. But here it's majority. So you see, look, perfect timing. The mosque here. Yeah, it's beautiful construction. So let's go back through the zouk here. It's interesting as well, just observing people, you know, physiologically. I was thinking, what are people going to look like here? That was what I was thinking before I got here. I was like, they're going to look Turkish. Are they going to look, well, how are they going to look? And it's a little bit of everything. You've obviously got the Turkic look, so darker eyes, darker features, darker skin, quite fine features, I would say. And then you've also got the Balkan look as well, which is bigger, much whiter, obviously, and it's like they typically do have more pronounced bone structure and stuff. As one of the crazy things yesterday, I went out yesterday to the mall. I saw some women that are almost like Snow White, like hyper blonde blue eyes, like white skin, like crazy, you know. So I'm like, okay, there's a whole mixture of people in here. So yeah, I'm going to push on. And that's enough for an intro vid here. Get myself a coffee and then do a little bit more exploring.